All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Arnold Korman. I run mobile bookkeeping and tax preparation. Um, Basically, it's been a fairly prosperous tax year. I had 53 clients and I got 5 more on extension. So basically, I'm going to do my presentation and go through how the business was started and what exactly I do for my clients. So I'm going to see if I can share my screen here.
Bob, while he's doing that, did you click the bottom 2 buttons to enhance the audio?
All right. So basically the company was, can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. So the company was started, I had 2 small companies. One was called A&K Tax Preparation. The other one was called A&K Circuit Bookkeeping. And back in 91, I was looking to consolidate both programs under a single name. And I was talking with my brother Gary, and I was describing some of the things that I was planning on doing. And back then, one of those things was helping small companies computerize. Gary just happens to be an expert with the software and hardware of computers. And he said, well, don't forget about me. So I said, yeah, it sounds great. Korman Financial Services. Well, we never actually did a project together, but it name stuck for almost 30 years. And in Connecticut, financial services was bookkeeping and accounting. I was in Florida for just a little over a year when one of my friends who works for Edward Jones told me I should change the name of the company. My first thought was that he didn't like seeing financial services in my title because that's what he does. My second thought was that's what he does. So that's why I changed it to mobile bookkeeping and tax preparation. A little more about the creation story. I had established a small client back then, and he had 2 small companies, and he had hired me full time, but after about 2 weeks, I realized that it wasn't a full-time job. He wanted to hire a secretary, and so I said, that's great, I'll start working part-time. And that first year I made $4,000 for the company. By year 3, I was making 40. The niche that I found basically is that a lot of small companies can't afford a full-time bookkeeper. And either the owner was struggling to do bookkeeping, or he was paying the CPA 10 times too much. I can come in and do the bookkeeping for a reasonable rate. And this frees the owner up to do what he got in business to do to begin with. And the CPAs love it because they're not doing the bookkeeping. And they have someone they can talk to. One of the CPAs once told me that 5 minutes with me was worth 2 weeks. Why the business world would want my services. Again, basically it frees up the owner, and I can help with For small companies with 2, 3, 4 employees, I can actually do the payroll. I can do the quarterly statements. I can help with the annual reports and actually prep everything for their CPAs. Payroll, quarterly tax returns, state tax unemployment returns, yearly unemployment 940. I can even do the W-3 and W-2s at the end of the year, and the 1096 and 1099s that basically they need. I know I can get my tax return done fairly early because all of the 1099s that I receive, I prepare. Accounts payable. I can make sure things are being posted correctly. Make sure the cost of goods sold is accurate on the accounts that companies have an accrual basis. I can prepare the accrued expenses and accrued payroll. And basically, again, it frees the owner up from worrying about those things. One of my clients, when I was still in Connecticut, his secretary did a lot of the in processing for raw materials, and he's a computer manufacturer, so a lot of the circuit board chips and stuff that come in, the serial numbers have to be recorded, and that way when they actually build the assemblies, then the material can be actually removed from inventory and cost of goods sold would be more accurate. And then for the general ledger, I can make sure, again, everything's being posted correctly. I can do monthly trial balance reports, monthly profit and loss statements, and then come the year end, for those companies that I actually do the bookkeeping for, I can actually do the tax returns. I have 2 companies right now that actually have me do their tax returns at the end of the year. Again, that saves them at least 50% over what they would be paying a CPA firm to be doing their tax return. On top of that, the CPA would need my figures anyway. And, all right. Okay, that's what I have so far. And now I'm just trying to figure out how to. Okay. So, all right. So. I want to unshare. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm done. Thank you.
Okay, Arnold, could
Yes.
you, for those that may not know you personally, how can they reach you if they are interested in your services?
Basically either by email or by phone, or text. My email address is Arnold 8603.ank@gmail.com. And the phone number is 860-893-3648.
Okay.
And that's also the text number.